I am back. 1 week later, hello everyone. Hi Zane. I don't know if you're still here, but hello. Woo! Okay. Lot going on. Lots of stuff that you guys don't care about going on in my life. 2 midterms yesterday. I think I passed both of them. Actually, they were today. 2 midterms today, this morning. And dare I even say it. Pulled some strings at work, but dare I even say it, I almost didn't stream this week. But alas, here we are on a beautiful Thursday where I have nothing to do besides this, and this makes me so happy. So I'm loving life. To anyone that is there, how are you doing? I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. But anyways, we have some football on tonight, and that football is the Denver Broncos, 1-4 Denver Broncos, versus the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is, Patrick Mahomes is undefeated against the Denver Broncos, and I thought, going into the season, the Denver Broncos will be significantly better than they have been last season. So far, that is very, very not true. Russell Wilson is better, but the rest of the team, especially the defense, seems to be falling apart. So I don't have any explanations as to why that is happening. But today we got power rankings and we got predictions. No nerd model predictions for today. I know everyone is disappointed. Okay, that's a lie. I have one nerd model prediction for tonight's game. We'll get to that later. Woo! I'm so happy. I get to do this. All right. Also, I've been working on something. And I'm really excited about it. I'm thrilled. You are about to see it in a second. It might not work. But I'm going to, give it a shot anyway. Fingers crossed, everyone. Everyone cross your fingers at this instant. Huh? What do you think of that? It's not perfect, but nothing is. Let's see if I can fix that. Boom. This is, I don't know what to call this, but this is my setup now. It looks all nice and pretty. I'm probably going to have to make my face bigger at some point. There's one other person in here. You get to watch me mess with this. Well, let's see. Boop, boom. Boom, boom. Yes. Actually, let's do this. Come on, man. Yes, Owen's here. Oh, wow, the chat is sideways. Owen, excuse my my technical difficulties for a second, because nobody was in here. But now you're in here, and I appreciate you. We're gonna talk about some power rankings, Owen. Just you and me. Right after I figure out. It's annoying because I can't or at least I don't know how to do a custom. There you go. That's just gonna have to do. You know what? I could do this. Can I? I can. All right, that'll work. But yeah, I have to do. Oh, no shot. No shot we got Faison in here. Faison came after last week telling me that he was going to pull up, and then he didn't. I don't know why. I don't know why the chat box is okay. You know what? We'll ignore the chat box, okay? Because the chat box is supposed to be you guys. You guys are the nerds, and I've deemed myself king of you. You are the nerd. It should be showing up. I don't know. Oh, I wasn't supposed to grab that. Here we go. Boom. Okay, that looks so good, I think. I think that's fire. But anywho, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a Twitter. You know, there is a Pro Nerd Sports Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can follow it. I don't post on it ever as of now. What's up, Mom? How's it going? Oh, now we're getting the views, and now everyone's showing up. This is a dictatorship. There is no democracy going on in Pro Nerd Sports. I am the king of the nerds. But anywho, I was going off on a tangent. I forgot where I was going with that. But anyways, to all of you that are here, all three people, Owen, my mom, and Faison, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be talking about some power rankings. So you're listening to taking Steven's advice, going to gym with Luke's a good person to go to the gym with. I don't know, he might be there now. But for those of you who missed it, this is of no importance to football in the slightest. But I had 2 midterms today. I pulled some strings to get work off. So I got to stream today because I almost didn't get a chance to go live this week. But alas, made it happen. Because I love it. And anyways, I had 2 midterms today, 20 minutes apart, and I had a 15-minute walk to get from the first one to the second one. I think I passed both of them, and there's a very good chance that I did very well on both of them. Knocking on wood, but we'll see what happens. But I think I did really well on all of these tests. But anyway, y'all don't care about that. Let's talk about some power rankings right now. We have Luke's at work. What? Okay. Okay. Chat box is faster than my my panel chat. Doesn't matter. 32nd. The only winless team left in the NFL. The Carolina Panthers just lost 42-21 against the Detroit Lions. I'm an academic weapon. That's why they call me King Nerd. That's why I'm King Nerd. Anywho. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, football. 32nd. The Carolina Panthers got their 5th straight loss of the season against the Detroit Lions. Only team in the NFL without a win. Hands down, the worst team in the NFL. Bryce Young did have his first 3-touchdown game. Of course, that would come against the Detroit Lions. I mean, who else? But he also had 2 interceptions, one insanely impressive Aiden Hutchinson pick, one-handed grab. Woo! I had experienced something on Sunday that I have not experienced really ever as a Lions fan, and that was relaxation. That game, I was confident. It took a while. It took about to halftime, but I was confident. And yeah, face on, I agree 100%. The Panthers' offensive line, I'll give them credit. They did play well against the Detroit Lions. I think we only had either 2 or 3 sacks against them. Big reason as to why Bryce Young probably threw for 3 touchdowns, about 200 yards, and he had 2 interceptions. So kudos on the Panthers' offensive line, but before that, there's no weapons around that team. And the defense, there's some good weapons. Like, I have Adam Thielen on fantasy. That guy is great. He's old, but he can still play. Miles Sanders dealing with an injury. No other really big name receivers on that team. The offensive line has been pretty below average throughout the season. And watch out, Faison. You got a predator in the chat. Mr. Coulter. Mr. Coulter and Owen Blue want Green Bay to be lower. We'll talk about the Packers in a second. We'll talk about the Packers and what the hell happened on Monday night. But anywho, 32nd, the Carolina Panthers. Now, Jack and my mom, if any of you are watching, I apologize, but I'm left with really no other option. The New York Giants are the second to worst team in the NFL. I want to say it's because give them credit. Incredibly tough schedule. Arizona Cardinals only win is a better team than we all anticipated. But these losses by the New York Giants, these sacks that they're taking, it's horrendous. Like, every loss is a blowout. Yep. Hi, Jack. I'm sorry, man. Oh, man. Oh, my God. But, yeah. Till the Giants prove otherwise, I don't think they're going to prove otherwise against the Buffalo Bills this coming Sunday. Maybe after the fact. But, Mom, I know you disagreed with the 31st ranking, and honestly, I'm sorry. But if you... they scored 6 points in the first half of every game this season, like collectively. Not good. And I this might be the mojo. I just dropped Daniel Jones in like all of the fantasy leagues that I had him in. So now he's destined for greatness, because that's how it works. Now he's destined for greatness. But anyways, 30th, the Denver Broncos, team playing tonight, had their only win at the Chicago Bears, who had an impressive win a week ago today. But nonetheless, their win against that team that's also really bad, despite winning that by the margin that they did. The Denver Broncos are still not very good. They still lost to the Miami Dolphins by 50 and all of this. So I even think 29th is being generous, putting them above. Okay, you can make the argument that oh my. Yeah, Daniel Jones. I think he's a good quarterback. I still think he's a good quarterback. I think he's frustrated, and he really doesn't have a lot of help there. Receivers and offensive line. So that's true. At least 6 points is better than 0 points. That's good, but every other team is scoring more than 0 points. They did get 3 against Seattle. It's pretty good. Stepping it up. Damn, this shit talk is crazy in the chat right now. As per usual, I can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, $40 million a year for Danny Dimes. Could be using that, maybe on some other weapons in that offense. But hey, something worked out last season. We'll see what happens. Anyways, Denver Broncos sitting at 30th. They're still bad. I don't think Parker is in here, but I've been very generous to the New England Patriots throughout this entire season, and they have finally given me. I've had it. They've finally given me the excuse to sink them in the rankings. They were like, 18th, 19th last season. I was always supporting them, saying, hey, this team is better than people think. This team is better than people think. Bill Belichick will find a way to win 7 or 8 games, and he still might. But at 34-0 at home against the below average NFL offense of the New Orleans Saints, great defense. Offense, a little shaky. Alvin Kamara's back. Maybe that's the big shift for the New Orleans Saints. You'll probably see that in my rankings later. I am 0-5 in that league, but I'm supposed to get my first win this week. I don't think my team is that bad. I don't think it's 0-5 worthy, but it is what it is. Thank you, Steven, for the tight end and wide receivers. Oh my God. Y'all are fighting? What? Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. Okay, anyways. Moving on to 28th, the Arizona Cardinals. One very impressive win on the season. Very impressive win against the Dallas Cowboys this season. Really nothing else to show for it. Almost beat the Giants, lost to the Giants, a team that's ranked below them. And Owens got you. 25-20. Don't make me do it. I love being able to do this. I am just a bystander in my own stream. But, no, you can't say that, Faison. FSU is actually good. You can't say shit. I won't talk that talk to you, Faison. Don't you worry. But yeah, Arizona Cardinals, probably still better than we expect them. Or do they actually suck and the whole Cowboys one was a fluke? We don't really know. That team's also plagued with injuries. So we'll see what happens. 27th, the Washington Commanders. This was a team that was ranked 2-0. So many people were extremely high on them because of that. If you're undefeated through 2 games, it's so what? It depends on who you played. And they played, 2 teams below them. Those are their 2 wins on the season. Other than that, they have one loss, one embarrassing loss, 40-10 or 40-20 against the Chicago Bears at home on Thursday night. Unexcusable, shouldn't happen. The Washington Commanders, they looked promising, looked like they were about to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, which would have been crazy if they did. I would have had no idea where to rank this team, but honestly, I think this is a significantly overrated team. Defense, the secondary specifically, needs to get it under together, especially after the YouTube video I put out in the offseason. They need to pick things up. Joshua Dobbs is that guy. Wait, Faison, did you just say Tennessee's the best team in the country? I think we all know who the best team in the country is. Might I remind you? I think I have a pretty good idea who the best team in the country is. It's probably the team that's ranked number 1 would be my guess. That would be the team ranked as the best in the country. If you're talking about college football, I don't know that. I actually don't know that much about college football. I'm only a nerd for the NFL. But anyway, speaking of 26th, the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are bad. They're bad, but they had a phenomenal win. And I don't know if Holly's watching this, but I had like 3 Bears play against her last week, and I had 100 points after Thursday. DJ Moore was 230 yards and 3 touchdowns, something insane. I'll not get... Go Dogs. Woo! 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 Cole's here. Hi, Cole. Hi, Cole. Man, Cole pulled up to the Pro Nerd Sports stream. This is wild. Yeah, shit's about to get crazy in here. I don't even know what happened in the UGA Kentucky game, because I was I wouldn't think UGA would lose, but I did not think it would be a blowout. I thought Kentucky it's actually a competent team in the SEC, but the way that UGA won that game, is starting to convince me. Maybe the tide's turning. Maybe Carson Beck's better than I thought, but we need to see UGA play some real competition. All right, anyways, Bears still suck. Why are y'all saying bear down? Faison, you're a Packers fan. You should be the last person saying bear down. All right, that's fine. 25th, the Minnesota Vikings. Actually, these two teams face off Sunday. These two teams face off Sunday in a toilet bowl battle for the NFC North. Dude, KSU football. I've been following, and I should stop because they are. Will the Bears win this week? I'll get to that. Stick around to find out. Mom, I know you'll probably stick around, but Kennesaw State football makes me sad. They are supposed to be, FBS next year. And dog, I think we play some some crappy FCS teams. But other than that, KSU is not winning another game. We are not winning. We're not getting an FBS win, at least next year. And I don't know, the culture's got to change. We're in an FCS culture that it doesn't seem like they care too much about winning. Stuff needs to change in Kennesaw State football, at least. But anywho, 3 NFC North teams in the row. 24th, the Green Bay Packers. Faison, what happened, dude? What the hell happened? I was so confident that the Raiders sucked and the Green Bay Packers would beat the Las Vegas Raiders on the road in Vegas. And I was wrong. Jordan Love did not have a good day. He threw like 3 interceptions. Something not good. He did not play well. He is not playing like the player he started out as. And, it's a lot to expect. He really, the guy on Pat McAfee said it. I forgot. I don't know his name. But there's really no identity to the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love was the identity for a little bit, but he can't do. He's not that type of player that he can do everything. Yeah, exactly. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. He tried to do too much, and he's like he's not that guy to rely on when you need him the most. Okay, he can be a good player given the right weapons, but he's not going to go out there and do that by himself. Is the chat box? The chat box just stops. It's fine. Anyways. Oh yeah, the Davante Adams revenge game. Tay Adams really didn't do that well, did he? I have him in fantasy. He had like 2 catches or something. Here we go. There's all the chats. They'll probably be. I think they will be good. There's so many questions around LaFleur, like how good is he without Rodgers and all of this, and we'll find. There's only one way to find out, and that is to sit, wait, and watch. But anywho, right above them are the Las Vegas Raiders, who had a tremendous game Monday night. Faison, you know that. Max Crosby really did take over that game. Different Raiders team than we've seen all season. So maybe, they have a chance to get to 500. They have a home game against the New England Patriots next week. It should be some entertaining football. We'll see what happens. Jimmy G revenge game, Jacoby Myers revenge game. It's gonna be entertaining despite how bad both of these teams are. Anywho, 22nd, a team that I wouldn't have expected myself to have at 22nd. But the Cincinnati Bengals, they had a great win against the Arizona Cardinals on the road. It seems like things are starting to click. Obviously, Jamar Chase had the game that he did. Joe Burrow seems like he's back. But I need a little bit more convincing. Now, they have a thriller game at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle undefeated on the road this season thus far. Cincinnati Bengals, 1 home win. They're undefeated against the NFC West so far this season. So we'll see what happens. It should be a good game. And if the Bengals are going to turn their season around, this is the game to do it. This is the game to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's other opportunities, but if they win this game, I am no longer worried about the Cincinnati Bengals season. Moving on to 21st, New York Jets. A Zach Wilson-led New York Jets team that continues to impress me. And, you know, maybe the Jets are still somewhat better. They still have the You know what else? What else? Aaron Jones is crucial to. He's crucial to my fantasy team, and he hasn't been showing up. I have 7 fantasy teams. I probably say this all the time. I need to stop. I'm in way too many fantasy leagues. It's so hard to keep track of only one league. But I do have Aaron Jones in one league, and it's been very frustrating. Very frustrating having that guy say he's playing and then not playing, and then plays like shit, and then first game he did amazing. He's not a rookie, but this is his first season starting, so he's basically a rookie. He learned from Aaron Rodgers for 3 years, which usually is a good formula, but so far, hey, there's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of time for Jordan Love to grow and develop. Like Faison said, I think there's going to be some growing pains, so it's going to be a slow and gradual process. You kind of need to build up that team first, get them more experience. Thoughts on Jamar? Hey, like I said, Joe Burrow is back. This offense seems like it's back. Getting Jamar Chase the ball has proven to be a game winner for the Cincinnati Bengals. They just need to keep doing it. Thoughts on Puka Nacua? Now, for this point in the season, I was planning on having a big special where I do more predictions for later down the line of the season and give out quarter of the way season awards, but I'll probably do that next week if I have time. But Puka Nacua is definitely, first of all, a shock. He is 5th round draft pick from somewhere in the West. That's Faison speaking facts. But Puka Nacua is making a very strong case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. There's plenty of other guys too. Devon Achane for the running back for the Miami Dolphins. CJ Stroud. And then there's running back Bijan Robinson. I know you guys probably think so, but for me, I think out of those 4, he's probably on the bottom of the list. It's going to go crazy. It is going to go crazy. I kind of see this as a collab because all these streams is just me talking to me. It's me watching you guys argue about football. I'm just the school counselor, and I'm just letting y'all do whatever the hell you want. But anyways, finally, after about 30 minutes of just rambling on, I will move on to the next 12 teams in the power rankings. 20th, the Tennessee Titans. Tough loss against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts finally won against the Tennessee Titans, something that they have not been able to do in recent years very consistently at all. Anthony Richardson hurt for 4 to 8 weeks. Not good, but Gardner Minshew seems to be a dog on this team. Again, I think it goes back to the offensive line. I'll talk about the Colts later. Talk more about the Tennessee Titans. I don't know. The team in front of them, too. That's Pittsburgh Steelers. Both of these teams will be great one week, and then the next week, post a money spread. Anyways, these two teams, they'll be good for 1 week, and then they'll suck, and then they'll be good the next week, and then they'll suck. So, 19 and 20 is a pretty good spot for both of these teams. 18th, the Houston Texans, a team that beat the crap out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. CJ Stroud played amazing through 5 weeks of football, has not thrown an interception. So very impressive for CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. I think other parts of that team are still pretty average or below average. Once you start putting these pieces together, this is going to be a good football team. Cole, you're this is the average Pro Nerd Sports stream. But, I love it. I love the arguing in the chat. But yeah, that there's endless beef in this chat. You do not want to take fantasy advice from me. I am 0-5 in one league. One league I'm undefeated, or I'm not undefeated. I had my first loss in fantasy, so I have no more winless teams, unfortunately. Josh Jacobs, I needed him to have a day that he's usually been having. And then, of course, the Packers had to let Josh Jacobs go off. But then that also won me another game in another league, so it's bittersweet. But I am not that good at fantasy this year. I'm not like, hey, last year I was a dog. I had 6 teams. All of them made the playoffs. 3 of them made the championship, and only one won the championship. I was in the dad league. I'm still pretty decent in the dad league. I started off 3-0, and I'm supposed to go 3-3. So that league I'm chilling in, but it's these turds, the league that they are most active in. I am 0-5, and I'm projected to get my first one of the season, but I doubt it'll happen knowing my luck. Oh my God. I lost to Mason's dad. Where's Mason? Mason's not in here. But yeah, I almost lost to I did lose to Mason's dad. But it was a tough game. He had a lot of good players. My guy still played well, so I'm not worried about the season as of yet, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, 17th, the Atlanta Falcons. I got to put them above the Houston Texans. Great game for Atlanta. Desmond Ridder had over 300 yards passing. I know you guys know all about that. You're going to steal my players from that league? You can have Daniel Jones. Actually, I need all the help I can get. What you mean, bro? I'm 0-5. But, yeah, Atlanta Falcons, 17. Desmond Ridder had a great game. In Desmond Ridder's defense, he's been getting a lot of shit after last week. Me and other Falcons fans, I know, were so quick to pass him off of, oh, he sucks. He was a decent quarterback on Sunday. Won the game-winning drive. Younghoe Koo, the GOAT. The kicker GOAT right there. Love that man. Best player on the Atlanta Falcons. 31-0 at home. I have a feeling the Atlanta Falcons season is gonna go exactly like that. Like at home, the Falcons are gonna be so dominant, and then any road game they play against a tough team, they're gonna lose. We'll see what happens, but in my opinion, I think the Falcons are the definition of a mid team. Hey, but it is becoming more and more believable that the Atlanta Falcons are a playoff team come January. So we'll see what happens. It's exciting, I know, but they just got to keep with it. You got to start beating some good teams, okay? I guess the Texans, are they a good team? We also don't know. Another team that I don't know if it's a good team or not, number 16th, the New Orleans Saints, who beat the New England Patriots, who I so confidently said would win that game, 34-0. So are the Saints really good? Because they just got blown out by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Close one against the Tennessee Titans, lost to the Green Bay Packers. I don't really trust this offense, but having Kamara back seems to be adds another dynamic to that offense. Taysom Hill still the GOAT. Defense is playing well. Again, another mid team. Above them, Los Angeles Chargers. Can't say much. They're coming off of a bye off of last week. So far, haven't seen anything that impressive, but also haven't seen anything that disappointing. Disappointing loss at the Tennessee Titans, but as the season progresses, I'm seeing that as, oh, that's not that bad of a loss. Barely won against the Raiders. Originally, I was like, they're supposed to win by the Raiders. Justin Herbert was pretty dominant for most of that game, but the Chargers almost lost. It was only a one-score game. So, no, I'm not. Didn't I give you Brian Robinson? Didn't I give you Brian Robinson? No, dude. I need wide receivers, dog. I can't be doing that. I will not be doing that. I will not be doing that. I think I gave him Brian Robinson. I'm not trading for him back. I don't want him back. I mean, he's been playing wonderful so far this season. But anywho. 14th, the Indianapolis Colts, my worst ranked team at the end of 2022. This team has turned it around significantly. I was talking about it earlier. Offensive line is playing great. Defense is playing much better. Michael Pittman Jr. is playing. And once Jonathan Taylor starts getting his hand on the football, whoo! Jonathan Taylor fantasy owners, look out, because I think this man is going to start popping off, crushing some numbers, all right? It's going to be great. You see what Zach Moss did behind that offensive line. Just wait till you see Jonathan Taylor when he's getting all those carries. I think Steven's pretty good at trading. I'll give Steven that. He's really good at trading, slowly building a team up via trades. But no, the Colts are good. They actually some comments on the Instagram post said that the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns were too high on this list. And I think you can make the case that both the LA Rams and the Indianapolis Colts go above them. You're welcome, Steven. Honestly, Kirk Cousins and Brian Robinson for Devontae Smith is actually a very fair trade. It depends on what you need, but I mean, that's a fair trade. Kirk Cousins has been balling so far, at least in fantasy. All right, I need to fix this. It's driving me crazy. One more time. Nope, I lied. Oh, now it's just updated. Oh my God. Excuse me. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm done touching it. But anyways, 13th, the LA Rams. Man, I want to stick with it. Hi, Holly. You came when I was messing with the chat, so it didn't pop up. Or it just happened in case it has not popped up yet. Man, y'all are beefing in the chat. Yes, it's working. All right. But hello, Holly. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Hey, we got to 10 viewers. Big milestone, big milestone. How you guys like the setup? I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Anyways, I need to get a move on because I've been spending so much time on saying nothing. But Rams, I so want to keep them in the top 10 because I think this team can be so good. The way they just dominated the Seahawks in week 1, the way Puka Nakua's been playing, Cooper Kupp's going to come back. Tutu Atwell's pretty good. Kyron Williams is playing well. The offensive line is really good. Hey, King Nerd is popular. But and they have Aaron Donald. Like, this team has exceeded all of my expectations thus far, but they have more losses than they do wins. And yet They've played great teams. But I guess what I'm saying is I need confirmation. You have 3 losses. If you lose all of these games by a close margin, you're still losing the game. So I need to see some sort of evidence from the Rams that, hey, we are still a good team. And they don't really have a chance to do it this week because if they win against the Cardinals, a lot of teams, unless you're the Dallas Cowboys, a lot of teams win against the Arizona Cardinals. Anyways, 12, the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, hopefully coming back. Is hopefully coming back this week. I forgot who the Browns play. Who do the Browns play? They play the 49ers. Hey, that's a good indicator right there if they're better than the Rams or not. But yeah, so far, give me the Browns. The defense has been impressive. Impressive defense from the Cleveland Browns. Just need a healthy Deshaun Watson. Offensive line's been great. So we'll see what happens. Faison, what happened? This is terrifying. Okay. I don't know how to help. I'm just gonna keep going. Well, 11th, the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens at the end of the season will be a top 10 team. Plagued with injuries. Zay Flowers is, a good guy. Defense has been good, but they just lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers in an embarrassing fashion. Brian Robinson, Romeo Doubs, and Kirk Cousins. That is true. I don't know, man. I don't know. Kirk Cousins. Who do you have another quarterback? Like if Kirk Cousins is a backup quarterback. Owen votes yes. Yes, give y'all's opinions. I need this. But anywho, in the meantime, while you guys figure that out, he doesn't have a quarterback, then I'd probably do it. How good is Steven's team? We can't let him have a very super good team. Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't think Kirk Cousins will be actually that much worse without Justin Jefferson. I think he still put up great numbers from Jefferson only completing a couple of passes last week. It seems like everyone's preying on your downfall, Faison. I don't know. Anyways, number 10, the Dallas Cowboys, who got embarrassed Sunday night against San Francisco 49ers. And now they got some pretty dominant wins early on in the season against the New York Giants, against the New York Jets. But as you can see, neither of those teams are on this list. Who else did they beat? Oh, yeah, they also beat the New England Patriots, another team on this list. So anyone that they played that is actually somewhat good, and a team that also isn't on this list, the Arizona Cardinals, they lost to. They got blown out by 31 points against the Dallas Cowboys. Well, I already picked up Baker. Or I submitted a claim. So you can have Daniel Jones. Because I don't know what the waiver priority is. But I have 0 wins, so. Hey, he's playing the Lions. He's got to do somewhat decent, right? You should get Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is that guy. Anyways, moving on to ninth. Jacksonville Jaguars have re-entered the top 10 after a win in London against the Buffalo Bills. Did the Buffalo Bills get there on Friday? Yes. Were they a tired and discombobulated team? Yes. But a win is a win. A win is a win. Sorry, Faison. But offense is slowly coming back to form. As we saw at the beginning of the season, they started off really slow. They're starting to come around again. Beat a very, very, very good football team. My second-ranked team of last week in London. So Jaguars have earned the right to be in the top 10 again. We'll move on to the top 8. The top 8 teams in the NFL. Gotta love the George Kittle Fuck Dallas shirt. Legendary. Dad, I don't know if you're watching this, but you know just as well as I do what happened in our fantasy team matchup in the Stoddard League, where George Kittle put up 3 TDs. Count them, 3 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys, who defense is supposed to be good, but I think, without Trevon Diggs, can't believe I'm saying that, this team is looking, the defense, or at least the secondary of it, is looking kind of shaky. But anyways, 8. Steven did not like that I had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ranked 8th. And I want to ask him why. Why? There is no reason. Christian McCaffrey is daddy. Actually, Big Cock Brock is daddy. But anywho, there is no reason. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are yet to have done anything bad. Cole, all right, I'll get to the Lions in a second. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers are yet to do anything bad. So put them at 8 because, the teams below them have. Of course, you love that shirt, Mom. I think everyone in the NFL that's not a Cowboys fan loves that shirt. George Kittle, legendary dude. He is hilarious, if you didn't know. But we'll move on to the Lions since Cole brought it up. The Lions' bias is negating them a couple spots. The Lions' bias is not getting your expectations too high. And I have the Lions ranked at 7th, and that is the highest I've had them. But if you look at anyone else's power rankings, they have these guys in the top 5. Now, I don't think by no means do I think the Detroit Lions are a top 5 team. I refuse. I refuse to believe it. I refuse. But yeah. I mean, the Detroit, they really haven't done anything that bad yet. We have a date with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 8th ranked team in Tampa, at 4:25 on Sunday, and that is usually a game that we mess up. Brock Purdy is not the new Tom Brady. I mean, he might as well be, right? He's Mr. Irrelevant. Starting quarterback after 1 year being drafted in the 7th round. He's one-upping Tom Brady. So the 49ers, Cole, you got me rooting for the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. Next to the Lions, I want the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. I would love to see Brock Purdy win the Super Bowl in his 2nd year playing after getting drafted last overall. Oh, boy. You're blaming me if it doesn't work. You should blame Owen. Owen's the guy sending mixed signals. But anyways, Seattle Seahawks also coming off of a bye. Again, undefeated on the road. Win against the Detroit Lions. I think Geno Smith and that offense are going to be really good. Devon Witherspoon has proven to be a very good player. I think the defense is better than people are going to anticipate. Seattle Seahawks, top 6. Why not? Now, top 5, I still think these teams are your Super Bowl contenders. The Miami Dolphins, sure, they had an embarrassing loss at Buffalo, who then had an embarrassing loss. Against the Jaguars in London. Oh yeah, I would Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl is going to be entertaining. Though I just hope that it's not the Eagles and Chiefs again. I know there's a very good chance it might be, but I really hope it's not. I like seeing variety. I like seeing new teams get in each year. But Buffalo Bills, I still think that they lost at Jacksonville. Say what you want, it was a loss. Still, I think the Jaguars are a better team than maybe some people are thinking. Buffalo Bills, up until that point, had been dominant besides week 1. So I'm keeping the Buffalo Bills at 4, moving to the Kansas City Chiefs to the number 1 team in the AFC, which we all knew would happen eventually. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, best team in AFC. That's just how it works nowadays. That is a dynasty. They'll probably go to the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll see, the Buffalo Bills or the Miami Dolphins get in instead. Oh my God. Owen is trolling, man. But Eagles starting to put things together. They're undefeated, so I guess they always you should, man. pro college nerd. But yeah. So Chiefs, number 1 team in the AFC. Nothing surprising there. Eagles are finally putting things together. They are finally operating close to the level they had been. So yeah, put them at second. They're the one of 2 undefeated teams, and hands down, without question, the number 1 team in the country is the San Francisco 49ers. In the world is the San Francisco 49ers. They have done nothing. They've done nothing yet to prove otherwise. Defense is great. Christian McCaffrey is insane. That guy is not human. Brock Purdy has been great. An MVP candidate. Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. All the pieces have been clicking. This is by far the best team on paper. Woo! Okay. Now. Hopefully this works. It does. All right. The moment we have all been waiting for. The predictions for week 6 are going down now. Again, no nerd model today. Sorry. Patrick Mahomes is undefeated against the Denver Broncos. It's going to stay that way. And I lied. There is a nerd model for this week. But I only have today's game. Nerd model says Chiefs beating the Broncos 32-18 at home on Thursday night. The Braves are going to fumble the bag tonight. That is exactly what's going to happen. Because it's just what happens. But anywho, Chiefs win at home against the Denver Broncos. Now I got that out of the way. Let's continue on with our predictions. Another London matchup. The Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. Let's compare these 2 teams. Quarterback, I love Lamar Jackson. I still think Lamar Jackson has potential to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, not so much, coming towards the end of his career. Derrick Henry really hasn't been as impressive as he had been in the past. Obviously, Baltimore Ravens banged up at the running back position as well. Lamar Jackson still able to move the ball, however, except for last week's game against a tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Tennessee Titans defense, a little bit of a mediocre defense. Faison's got the Tennessee Titans in this game. I disagree with that. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I think defensively, the Baltimore Ravens defense can overwhelm the Tennessee Titans offense and put a stop to any type of scheme that they come up with. Give me the Baltimore Ravens in London on Sunday. Woo! All right. Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, we all know the Atlanta Falcons undefeated at home. Commanders coming off of an embarrassing loss at home against the Chicago Bears. I think despite that, this is still going to be a very close game. I think both of these teams are somewhat evenly matched, but if Desmond Ridder plays the way he has been playing against this Washington secondary, the way they've been playing, give me the Atlanta Falcons at home. I like Cole's prediction, the Justin Tucker game-winning field goal. I say the Baltimore Ravens win maybe by like a touchdown, 10 points, something like that. Here I say the Atlanta Falcons win by probably like a field goal or something like that. Also, might I add, Sam Howell has been somewhat impressive. So has the Atlanta Falcons defense. So, or at least the passing defense, that is. Give me the Falcons at home in Atlanta. Whew, this is a bad game right here. Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears coming off of their first win of the season against the Washington Commanders on the road. Great win. Offense looks like it's finally kicking. Cole's got... Cole, are you a Bears fan or something? Bro loves saying the Bears. No Jettas, might I add. No Jettas for 48 weeks. Despite this, I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings defense has been slightly more impressive than I thought it would be. Bears defense, pretty underwhelming. I say the Vikings with Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson are still able to get it done. Cole, don't be a Bears fan. That's my rival, dog. But don't be a Vikings fan either, because that's also my rival. But the worst one you could be is a Green Bay Packers fan. So whatever you do, don't be a Green Bay Packers fan. But yeah, give me the Minnesota Vikings on the road at the Chicago Bears. I don't feel that good about that, but we'll see what happens. Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, this is a key game for the Cincinnati Bengals, a chance to turn their season around. Seattle Seahawks undefeated on the road. Cincinnati Bengals undefeated against the NFC West. Seattle Seahawks coming off of a bye. Only 33% of people picked them, and I am running with the upset I did at the beginning of the season. I'm sticking with it. The Seattle Seahawks are going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals on the road. Cole's been a Bears fan for maybe like 1 minute, and Faison already is talking shit to him. Or you could switch to the best team right now in the NFC North. I just jinxed it. I'm fucked. I am fucked. I screwed the Lions season. Something terrible is going to happen. I already know something terrible is going to happen. I already knew that. But anywho. San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. A lot of people, as you can see, 97% of people picked the San Francisco 49ers to win against the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be a lot closer game than that, I believe. Although I am going to pick the San Francisco 49ers. I think they're better on both sides of the ball. But the Browns defense and offensive line have been playing tremendously. If Deshaun Watson is fully healthy, I think the Browns do have a good shot at giving the San Francisco 49ers their first loss of the season. As I said before, this is teams that are undefeated. There's always the first loss is going to be unexpected. Their first loss is, especially for this 49ers team, the first loss is going to be unexpected. Because every game going forward, they're probably expected to win. But I'm running with the 49ers. I'm not picking the Browns. Deshaun Watson has had some good games, but he also has had some lowlights. So we'll see what happens. But I think the way that the 49ers have been dominating, the Browns coming off of a bye, the 49ers are more warmed up, I guess you could say. Browns are more well-rested. We'll see what happens. Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins. Winless Carolina Panthers. Again, kind of like how the 49ers have no losses. The 49ers have, the Carolina Panthers, have no wins. And usually those teams are extra hungry to get their first win. But if you look at who they are playing, you're playing the high-powered offense of the Miami Dolphins. 99% of people pick the Miami Dolphins to win. That's probably the highest I've ever seen. Give me the Dolphins by like 3 scores. Give me the Dolphins by 3 scores. At home in Miami, might I add as well. All right. The Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. A Gardner Minshew revenge game. Jaguars coming off of a big win against the Buffalo Bills. Whew, do I pick the upset here? I wouldn't be shocked. But my gut still tells me the Jacksonville Jaguars got the win over the Indianapolis Colts in week 1. This is the first rematch we're having of the season. So Colts will be done playing the Jaguars for the rest of the season, assuming that they don't meet in the playoffs. But yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars taking it home in a close one against the Indianapolis Colts. Great game. Surprisingly, a great game. When I was looking through the season, I'd always run into this game, and never have I ever been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be so amped. I'm so amped for this game. Now I am. I am amped for this game. I am curious as to who is going to win. 71% of people picked the 3-2 New Orleans Saints to win this game. I'm going to give it to Houston at home. Am I? I changed my mind. I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints on the road. I think the Saints defense is significantly better. CJ Stroud, he's going to make a mistake eventually. Good chance he throws his first interception against the New Orleans Saints defense. Kamara, things are picking up. I think against a mediocre Houston Texans defense. I'm going to rock with that bold prediction phase on. I don't know if you're talking about mine or yours, but I'd say CJ Stroud throws his first interception this Sunday at 1 o'clock. Still going to be a great game. Going to be probably a one-score game. I'm going to barely give it to the New Orleans Saints, though. Who will win this matchup? Ooh, oh, my God. Like I said earlier, the Las Vegas Raiders have the chance to move to 500 after being ranked, 30th in the power rankings for like 4 weeks. New England Patriots are abysmal. Mac Jones sucks. The New England Patriots sucks. Steven, stop it. I like it when Faison talks. But I'm going to give it to the Raiders at home. If they beat the Green Bay Packers at home, I think the Packers are better than the Patriots. Therefore, the Raiders should have no issues beating the New England Patriots at home. They did so last season in tremendous fashion. Jacoby Myers now playing on the opposite team. So I'm giving it to the Raiders. I'm giving it to the Raiders. All right, this is a great game. I am excited for this one. Aside from the fact that it's the Detroit Lions. Now, I'm being so serious. This is the type of game the Detroit Lions lose. This is at Carolina Panthers, week 15 of last season. This is the type of game we lose, and it's no sweat. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a great team. Great defense. Baker Mayfield been playing amazing. Buccaneers have been playing amazing. They had one bad game at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a game for the Lions to prove themselves. Can they consider themselves on the same level as the Philadelphia Eagles? They beat the Kansas City Chiefs. If they win on the road at Tampa Bay, I might be convinced. That might be enough to convince me. But again, I'm sticking with history until it proves otherwise. This is the type of game that the Detroit Lions usually win. So usually I just pick the other team for superstition reasons. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Like I said earlier, Rams still got to prove themselves again. Great win week 1 at the Seattle Seahawks. Tough environment to win at, especially with the type of players, all those rookies getting their very first games of the season. At home against the Arizona Cardinals, they should have no issues. Assuming everybody stays healthy. The Arizona Cardinals team is banged up. Rams have been super impressive at the games at home in Los Angeles. The Rams should get the win there. Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. I love how the New York Jets have been playing. Philadelphia Eagles, I love how they've been playing. They are still 5-0. Like I said, with the 49ers, there's going to be a time where they slip up. I don't see that happening against the New York Jets. I just don't think Zach Wilson's the type of guy to handle that Philadelphia Eagles defense. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles on the road at the New York Jets. Whew. All right, this is another 99% game. 99% of people picked the Buffalo Bills. I will join that 99%. I will be shocked if the New York Giants win this game. We don't know about the status of Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones. I think even Darren Waller might be a little bit banged up. So a lot of players, a lot of questions for the New York Giants headed into Buffalo. I just don't. There's not a world that I see the New York Giants winning this game. Whew. Okay, this is the game of the week. This one's by far the hardest game to predict. The Dallas Cowboys head into Los Angeles, and they play the Los Angeles Chargers. 52% of people pick the Dallas Cowboys. 48% Los Angeles Chargers. This is by far the closest margin. This should be the best game of the bunch. Look, there's a lot of Cowboys fans out there, not a lot of Chargers fans. So I think despite this game being in Los Angeles, Dallas might have somewhat of a home field advantage. Now, Chargers are coming off of their bye week, and this game is on Monday, so they have an extremely long break for the Chargers. Faison's got the Chargers by 3. This is, like I was saying earlier, Dallas needs a game to prove themselves. We're going to find out how good this Dallas Cowboys team really is on Monday. If they can go on the road, I know, like I said, there'll probably still be a majority Cowboys fans there. That's a bold prediction. Tony Pollard fumbling the game-winning drive. If you get that right, that is insane. But I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys on the road. I think they're a better team than the Chargers. Defensively, maybe not offensively. I think they should get the job done against the Chargers. And again, we're going to find out a lot about both teams after this game. How good are the Cowboys? How good are the Chargers? A lot of questions will be answered. Now, how many total points? Well, I don't know. I always put 50. But yeah, those are my predictions. Oh, and you know Zeke plays for the Patriots, right? Yeah, we haven't talked about the Patriots for a while. I think bro thought Zeke was still on the Cowboys. Now, Zeke sucks now, actually. So I really doubt that he's going to pop off. Tony Pollard might pop off. Oh, yeah, might I add, this has also been, thus far, an unimpressive Chargers defense. I know the Dallas Cowboys just put up 41. But I think both are similar offenses. Chargers have a better offense, I think. More Cowboys fans are there, given the win to the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. This happened. That happened in the offseason, obviously. It happened pretty late because Zeke got released by Dallas in the beginning of the summer, I believe. Chargers by 100. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Khalil Mack did have 6 sacks, so Khalil Mack played amazing. But again, this is a good Dallas Cowboys always have a good offensive line. Give me the Cowboys on the road. I hate saying that. I don't want to pick the Cowboys, but give me the Cowboys on the road at the Los Angeles Chargers. But yeah, those are my predictions for headed into next week. We will obviously see what happens. I am thrilled. NFL kicks off in about an hour and 15 minutes. It's the genetics, man. Like, stop it. Isn't it funny how America wins when America's team loses? Dallas Cowboys might be America's team, but they're also America's most hated team. Both simultaneously, because there's the Dallas Cowboys have the biggest fan base in the NFL. No questions there. But every other fan base of any other team hates the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a Lions fan, and I don't like the Cowboys. And I know my mom's a Giants fan. Maybe that influences, but I'm convinced that I would still hate the Cowboys even if my mom wasn't a Giants fan. So, yeah, the Cowboys are just annoying. Bye, Mom. Thanks for joining. We're going to end soon anyway, so, yeah, there's nothing else you need to see here. Shut up. I mean, yes, there are a lot of Packers fans too. And that is a great fan base. Generally, they're pretty nice. I don't know. I think the Steelers have them beat. Honestly, I think there's more Steelers fans than Green Bay Packers fans. There's a lot of both. But who else? I wouldn't say the Eagles, but definitely the Patriots, at least back in the day. Unfortunately, now it might be the Chiefs just because of how many bandwagon fans there are. It's weird, that the Lions are taking over some stadiums, like the amount of Lions fans. Like, dare I say it, there are some bandwagon Detroit Lions fans out there. And I'm appalled that I am saying that. And if anyone if anyone ever accuses me of being a bandwagon Detroit Lions fan, I will laugh in their face so hard because you don't know the pain I went through. I watched the Jets beat the Lions 42-17 in Detroit in Sam Darnold's first game. Steelers, I think there's so many Steelers fans. I think there's more than the Green Bay Packers. Steven is one? I don't know. Steven is a Falcons fan. Falcons are... Oh, man. Yes, sir, Owen. Yes, ma'am, Holly. Go Lions. Go Lions. Faison, you say that. You already know. Like, I already know what's going to happen next. I mean, it looks like some people might have left, so you might have been spared. But I know Owen's still in here. I know exactly what's going to happen. Maybe I don't. We'll see what happens. Go Lions. Detroit Lions. Let's see it on Sunday. 4:25 on Sunday. It's something I am not used to because, well, I don't know the last time the Lions played at 4, but it's been a while. All right. I don't give a single fuck about heartbreak in the playoffs. I am so like, I love you, Faison. But don't hit me with that playoff heartbreak. Because at least you made the playoffs. And if in the Green Bay Packers case, generally they win at least one playoff game. Imagine not winning a single one since the 90s. Imagine not winning your division since the 90s. Imagine being one of the longest active playoff droughts in the NFL. Imagine going 0-16. So, maybe I don't know playoff heartbreak because the Lions are never in the playoffs. But if the Lions make the playoffs, it's a good season. It is a phenomenal season, best season ever. They could be 9-8, lose the first game. I don't care. Best season ever. It makes me mad. Like, you remember when it was Brady's last season in New England when they lost at home to Tennessee in the wild card, and there was Patriots fans in the stands crying. Shut up, dude. Shut up. You just won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, You just won 6 Super Bowls. Like, I do not want to hear it. I do not feel bad in the slightest. In the slightest. You can shut up, Peyton. Like, I'm glad the dynasty's over. I'm glad. I mean, I'm sure playoff heartbreak comes. I mean, it's especially if you're confident. Like, if you're supposed to win, like if you're supposed to be the best team in the league, you're supposed to win in the playoffs, and then you don't. I can get why it's heartbreaking. But happens to me, I'm like, hey, we made the playoffs. That's all I can ask for. And I'll tell you this, too. I'll tell you this. If, emphasis on if, the Lions win their division, say they are the whatever seed, the Lions win the division, they are not winning a playoff game. I do not think the Lions are going to win a playoff game this season. Baby steps, okay? Baby steps. Win the division? Maybe. We are right now. Win the division. Not winning a playoff game. We'll do that maybe next season. Maybe. If I'm getting crazy. Yeah, they had great everything. Like, again, I heard this on Pat McAfee, but like Tom Brady was talking about, like, he's like, man, I didn't realize it, but I had so much control over the game, but I didn't realize like all the factors that go into it that like making a winning team. Like, yeah, you need great kickers. You need a good offensive line. You need a great defense to be able to have a dynasty in the NFL. And if you have that, shut up. Like if the Chiefs lose a game, I do not feel bad. If the Chiefs lose in the playoffs, I do not feel bad. I like the Chiefs a hell of a lot more now than I liked the Patriots back in the day. But I'm sure, in 10 years from now, I'd be sick of them. But I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad if you lose. I'm sorry. I'm not going to feel bad. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to wrap it up now, y'all. I appreciate all of you, Holly, Faison, Owen, Cole, my mom, Jack, everyone, Steven. Thank you to everyone that came and watched. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. What are you doing? Subscribe. We're almost to 60 subscribers. I know. He looks hot, dude. Brady is hot. He's looking like handsome Squidward. Not to say that Squidward isn't handsome. Bye, Owen. I'll miss you. I miss all of you. But I'll be back next week, probably. Should be, unless shit with work happens, which it always tends to do. But I will keep you guys updated. Check the Instagram. Again, posting nerd model predictions, maybe shorts. I'm really tired today, so I do not know if I'm going to be posting shorts today. Maybe I am. But I will see you all in the next one. Again, I love y'all. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.